Imagine this. A sudden flash of light brighter than the sun blinds the horizon. A thunderous shockwave follows, rattling everything around you. You're near a nuclear explosion. It's chaotic, terrifying, and overwhelming, but survival is possible. Every decision you make in the next few minutes matters. Let's dive deep into practical steps you can take to stay safe, broken down by how close you are to the blast. First, the highest danger level is if you're standing less than 1 mile away. At this range, almost everything is devastated, and survival seems nearly impossible. But don't give up. The first thing you need to do is protect your eyes. Don't look at the flash. That light is so intense it can cause permanent blindness even through closed eyelids. Immediately drop to the ground, face down with your head away from the explosion. Cover your head and neck with your arms and keep your body as low as possible. If you're outside, look for any solid structure nearby. A basement, a concrete building, or even a ditch can offer some protection from the heat and debris. Stay low and wait for the shockwave to pass before moving. The heat and pressure wave can hit within seconds, so every moment counts. Once the initial blast subsides, move to better shelter as quickly as possible. Avoid vehicles as they provide minimal protection. Your focus should be finding a solid building with an interior area away from windows. Next, the hazardous zone due to radioactive fallout ranges from 1 to 3 miles. If you're in this range, you're likely outside the worst of the blast, but you're still in danger from the fallout, a cloud of radioactive particles that will start raining down in minutes. Time is critical. Get indoors immediately. The thicker and denser the walls around you, the better. A basement or an interior room with no windows is ideal. If you can't find a basement, go to the center of the building on the lowest floor possible. Radiation exposure decreases dramatically with every layer of protection between you and the fallout. Seal off any cracks or openings in doors and windows. Use duct tape, towels, or even clothes to block out dust. If you're carrying anything from outside, like a backpack, jacket, or shoes, leave them at the entrance. These items may be contaminated. If you have time, grab essential supplies like water, canned food, a flashlight, and a radio. These will be your lifeline while you wait for updates from emergency services. Now, if you're in the medium risk area, you're 3 to 10 miles away. In this zone, you're far enough to avoid the intense heat and pressure, but you might still feel the shockwave. Expect windows to shatter and debris to fall. If you're outside, protect yourself by crouching low behind a solid object. Once the shockwave passes, immediately look for a sturdy shelter. Even if the blast doesn't seem close, don't underestimate the danger of fallout. Radioactive particles can travel miles, and exposure is life-threatening. As soon as you're indoors, remove any clothing that could be contaminated and place it in a sealed plastic bag. Wash exposed skin with soap and water as soon as possible. In this range, staying informed is crucial. Use a battery-powered radio or your phone, if the network is still working, to listen for government announcements about the fallout cloud's direction and safety zones. Remember, fallout is invisible, so don't assume you're safe just because the sky looks clear. Finally, areas farther out are those 10 miles or more from the source. At this distance, you might not feel the effects of the explosion itself, but fallout remains a threat depending on wind patterns. Your priority is to monitor official updates and stay prepared. Stay indoors and avoid going outside unless absolutely necessary. If you have a basement or a storm shelter, this is the best place to be. Stock up on essentials like food, water, and medical supplies. Radiation levels decrease significantly over time, about 80% in the first 24 hours. So plan to stay sheltered for at least 2 days. If evacuation becomes necessary, cover your entire body, including your head and hands, to reduce exposure. Choose a direct route away from the fallout zone and limit the time you spend outdoors. Speed and efficiency can make the difference. Extra tips for long-term safety. Water and food safety. Only consume sealed food and water. Open containers, fruits and vegetables exposed to the air may be contaminated. Communication. Keep your phone charged and have a backup battery. Texting is more reliable than calls in emergencies. First aid. If you or someone around you shows signs of radiation sickness, like nausea, vomiting, or burns, Seek medical attention as soon as it's safe. Closing thoughts. A nuclear explosion is one of the most terrifying SCE. Let us try to protect this precious piece.